Hello everyone, it's Lady Rose Rhonda here to do another flip through. But this junk journal, it's a Book of Shadows junk journal, and I've done it as a custom order. So I'm just showing it to you as an example of some of my work. It's not going to go up on my Etsy store because it's already been sold and it's not available for sale. I can do something similar, of course, but no two junk journals are the same. This is a fairy themed one, so you can see I've got a fairy title on the title page. On the back cover I've got these butterflies with Believe, and I stenciled in some painting, and then I did some freehand on the back there as well. And then I added these jewels, so there's some cheesecloth that I dyed, and so they kind of look like little fairy rags kind of thing. And then I've got these charms. I've made these little charms, so we've got beads and stuff like that. This one I like because it's got a rose right in it, and this is supposed to be a little rosebud with gold on it, which is really nice. And then there's the pentacle, and then there's a moon here as another charm, and then a key. So it's the key to fairyland. So I'm going to do a flip through. I'm not going to post this until I've given this to the person who bought it from me, because I want it to be kind of a surprise for her so that she gets first kind of look at it. But we'll flip through and you'll be able to see what she is getting. So this is the first page here. Like I said, it's a Book of Shadows. That's sort of my niche, but I can do other junk journals too. This is my thank you card and a little bit of fairy lore there. I always put one of these in. I got this, I can't remember whose idea I got this from. It was from some video that I was watching and I didn't make note of it. But this is my sixth junk journal that I've sold. I didn't do them for ones that I gave away or my own, so now I'm starting to keep track. So I just put in a little receipt there, and she is number 6 junk journal. Then we've got a little tuck pocket here, and I do put cards in. So this is from Whispering Trees or Whispering Woods, and that's the secret language of flowers. So there's some information there for her. This is just kind of an introduction page. There's some blank pages here. I leave lots of blank pages. I at least try to, so that, you know, when you get a journal, you can journal yourself, and that's the magic of it. It's not just what I put into it, but what you're going to put into it. So there's a little fairy page here. This is the journal that belonged to Cicely Mary Barker, and she's one of the 3 siblings, I believe they were brothers and sisters, who claimed to have taken pictures of real fairies. And there was a movie made about it, you know, I mean, maybe 20 years ago, but it's actually a really cool movie, and it's been proven that they had 3 pictures that they took. It's been proven that 2 of them were false pictures, not real faked pictures, but they could never prove that the first one was actually false. And I can't remember, it was a sister that lived the longest of these siblings, and she swore even on her deathbed that that was a real picture. She never said it was, because they came clean and kind of went, yeah, you know, yeah, a couple of these are fake. But so there's a lot of their journal entries in this particular fairy journal. So this is a little pin, or a paper clip, I mean. So that stamp is a paper clip. So it's a paper clip underneath there. And she, you know, the person who has the journal can move this around all she wants. I have a bunch of these little envelope things. These are places where she could journal, put little secret spells or knowledge that she finds out in her studies, that sort of thing. There's a little daisy fairy there. There's some information, I think, underneath here. Yeah, there is. I hide things in the book when I make custom books for people so that they can find it. Another blank page for her to journal on. This is some fairy lore, more blank pages. Here I have, so she has the clip here, but this is a card, what's that from? Magical spell cards. So she's got a magical spell card for creativity, and then inside this envelope is the spell for creativity, and there's a full spell in there for her to do if she would like, if she wants to do it. So that's part of her journal. Another fairy picture, more fairy pictures. This is sort of a kind of belly belt. I didn't quite do the whole paper, but it's big enough that it's a little more than a tuck, but it's not quite a belly belt as they call it. So there's some cards here that I put on cardstock and stuff, so she can write different recipes or spells that she has herself. This is a goddess card, and there's a writing here about the goddess that it pertains to, so she's got that information, and she can either keep it in here, move it around, or she can put it on one of the blank pages if she wants to glue it on there. Totally up to her. This is, you know, more decoration and some, this is one of the entries, I think, from that journal I was talking about. So more blank pages for her to write on. She can write on here. More blank pages for her to write on. Then this is, she can write on this. This is totally writable, but I decorated it up. And then there's a couple of little magical things in there. There's a couple of tags as well. So she can write on the backs of these tags. And these are some herb magic that's tucked away in this little envelope here. And then this is another collage type page, blank page that she can write on. And I try to do it so that there's a blank page and a collage page, so that, you know, as you're writing, maybe the collage page will get you inspired or something like that. A little blurb about fairies. What's in here? I'm not sure. I forget. Oh, it's a spell card. Okay. So again, I tuck little things away. This is a moon spell that she's getting. So there's a whole spell on the back of that card, and it's paper clip for her to find. Then on the other side, I've got new moon intentions. So this is one sheet that she's got in here. So just as a nice reminder, she can fill this out, but then she can use other blank pages to put down her new moon intentions. Don't forget to fly, butterfly. There's a little pocket here. So there's a tag. There's a bookmark here that she can use as a bookmark. And then there's another Whispering Woods card in there with some tree knowledge. A blank page for her to draw on, or write on, I mean. Then another collage, blank page for her to write on. More blank pages. Another kind of collage page. A blank page. Another collage page here. Some more blank pages. I like to just take little sayings and I put them all across here. You know, just nice little reminders. This is another collage page, and there's a blank page there. This is, I kept finding things, so I kind of put them all on this page. This is one she can write on, and this is one. And then we go into some more blank pages that she can write on. She can write on this. And there's some lace there. And then we're into a very particular section. So this is something I set up because, like I said, I had entries from the journal of those girls that found the fairies. And it starts out with a fairy fair and what the fairy fair is. There's some fairy recipes in here, and they're actual recipes. Then there's, I have them all chronologically ordered, so they start May, and it's May through till September entries. They've got all kinds of details that they put lots of fairy knowledge through here. We're into September 6th there. All the entries. September 8th, there's a little fairy lore thing here. Another fairy lore thing here. This is September 14th of the journal entries. And then this is the last page of the journal entries, September 15th. And here we've got clipped another little envelope. I've hidden something in there so she can write on here as well, but there's a little something hidden in there. And then in here I have another spell card. So it's an altar spell this time. And then I have a card in there that has some inspirational words on it. I didn't want to take it all out because it's supposed to be a surprise. So clip that there. She'll find those. Then I've got a whole like file page here. So there's a little postcard here. She can write on the back and front of it. I have another little envelope here that she can make some notes in. I have a couple of tags. And then I've got these library cards. So there's 3 library cards. She can write on the back and the front if she wants, and just keep some, you know, tidbits of knowledge that she picks up along the way, and she can keep it all right here. This is one of the center pages, so I picked a lovely castle page, and I sort of sparkled it up a little bit, sparkled up the word magic that's here, and embellished it. Then on the next page, we've got full moon reflections. So this is a thing that she would do on the full moon, obviously. We had the new moon earlier, so this is the full moon where she can write on that, and then she can use the other journal pages for following ones. And then this section here is a dictionary of fairy trees. So we go into all the trees, and there's a little bit of a write-up. And also I've included some of the Whispering Woods, which also includes fairy or tree knowledge and tree magic. So we've got elder and hawthorn. And then on this next page, I put in some stuff about white oak. We've got nut trees, apple, lilacs, beech tree, rowan tree, willow, that sort of thing. So lots of trees, lots of knowledge there. Already there for her. Lovely picture of fairies dancing through the flowers. Some blank pages so she can make some notes. This is another blank page. It was a lace doily that I had, so a paper lace doily, so I put this page. And if she has a special marker like a gold or silver marker, she can write a little note to herself there. This is another sort of file pocket that I've got, so I put a little butterfly on there. Now this one's pretty full, so there's quite a few cards in there, but as you can see, there's journal sheets and tarot worksheets are all included in this bundle here. So there's a tarot card layout and, you know, ways to read tarot yourself to, you know, get healing or inspiration, that sort of thing. There's another little envelope. Oh, and another little surprise in there. I forgot there was a surprise in there. And there's a card, an oracle card here, and an oracle card here. Just put this envelope here like that. There's a little postcard here that she can use to write on. Another little tag that she could write a little something on there. And it's all layered, different layers. So there, I put it in so it's fitting properly. So that's a pretty packed file right there. So it's hard to close the book a little bit. And then we've got the butterfly page, as I call it. So it's just a nice little surprise in the middle of the book. You open it up and you've got these butterflies that are flying, right? And then we get into some blank pages so she can make some notes for herself and keep track of all kinds of things, whatever she wants to keep track of. A smaller page here. And then I've got another page she can journal on here. Now this paper, some of this paper is from a book published in the 1800s. So I do have quite a bit of that paper. So when you, if you want to order a custom journal for yourself, everybody gets a little bit of this 1800 paper, and it feels really nice. Like you can tell it's like, oh, this is authentically real. This is not aged paper, like falsely aged. This is real. This has been around for 100 years kind of paper. So this is, I love this picture. This is Queen Mob, and that's sort of the Celtic way. It's a nickname for the queen of all the fairies. And she's got her butterfly chariot. So that's why there's so many butterflies throughout too, because the fairies love butterflies. I found this page on something I got, and it lists all the Sabbats, so I thought that'd be cool to include in there. And then this is another center page. I put a little bit of fairy wings in here. People always ask me about these because I've got earrings that I've made out of these fairy wings, and they're like, isn't that cruel? And I'm like, no, the fairies gave me the fairy wings because they shed their fairy wings every once in a while. Usually every like end of winter, beginning of spring, they shed their wings and the new wings kind of arrive, kind of thing. So every once in a while you'll find fairy wings, and I have been honored to be given some fairy wings. And then there's some dried pressed flowers that I put on in here. This is some more of that dyed cheesecloth, which just really adds a lot of color, as you can see, and you know, niceness to the journal. Unicorns, Can't go wrong with unicorns. Another little fairy page. Just two, you know, pretty pages to look at. And this is actually on some of that 100-year-old paper as well. And this is a fun thing that I did up. I got it from, I think it's Treasure Books YouTube channel. She does all kinds of different folds and stuff like that. So I took her idea and I went a little further with it, but you always can, which is cool. So you open this up and there's a little envelope inside this little envelope pouch. And this one unfolds and there's a little surprise in that one too. So she can write in that envelope and then find the little surprise as well. There's another little envelope. There's a card here that she can write on. There's a couple of cards in here, another spell card, and then another note card that she can write on. So, and she can put whatever she wants in this little envelope. Got to make sure it goes back in properly. But also in here is sort of a mini journal within a journal. See, these are blank journal pages, and I created a little mini journal for her so she can journal in there. And then this undoes as well. So there's lots to be found in this particular embellishment. So I tied this up with ribbon. And then inside, I'm not going to undo it the whole way, but inside there's in here postcard. There's a little tuck spot, as they call it here, for another little card that she can write on. She can add little words in here if she wants. There's obviously some labels already there, or stickers, I mean, already there for her. And then, as you can probably see on this side, I've paper clipped in a crystal card. So I have a crystal deck. So when you get a journal from me, you, especially if you're ordering a specific kind of Book of Shadows one, you will get different oracle cards, but this one's a crystal card, and then this is information about that crystal. I'm not going to show the crystal because that's hers to see. More blank pages. She makes dream catchers, so I thought it would be right to put dream catchers in. I found the saying, never stop dreaming. And this is a little wooden embellishment that I painted up for her. And then I included a feather on this side. There's a little clip here, and she can either use that as a bookmark, or, you know, she can clip it on a page that's important, or whatever she wants to do with it. We've got a bunch of blank pages, and they've all kind of been aged, which is nice. That's the cover of that signature, as it's called. Another fairy picture, some more blank pages. There's some newsprint pages. I usually include some of that too. There's some more fairy lore in here for her to read. And then more blank pages, so she has room to journal. Just another, like, this is a goddess page, as I'm calling it. And then we've got a fairy page, and then we've got a little sort of pocket here. So we've got another the Secret Language of Flowers card. We've got a goddess card in here, and then we've also got a big tag, so she can write on that if she wants to, put a little journaling in there, whatever it might be, and she can keep it in that pocket if she wants. There's a little fairy page on this side. Don't know if you can see it. These I kept because this came out of an old astrology book when they used to still have those charts. So I'm just trying to see what when it starts. Oh, there's my glasses. I don't have my glasses on while I'm doing this. So yeah, 1889 is when it starts, and it's all through the 1800s, and it goes into the 1900s. I think the 1900s are over here. Maybe, I don't know. But anyways, it was a really old astrology book that I found, and I'm like, oh my God, they have charts from this time to tell you whether you're, you know, Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces, whatever kind of thing, because it used to be you'd have to look it up in books or do the math of it, and it's very complicated math. There's another page here. This is from an old school music school workbook that I have, and she has a little music there, a music page that she can journal on. Then we have another pocket page here, and I really like this one. So this has some information about this plant. I have a bunch of these herb cards. It has this card, like an inspirational, may you know purpose. I really like this deck. I can't remember who does this. It's a Canadian that does this deck. I'll try and find out who. I won this at a thing, so I love handing these cards out. And then there's a whole bunch in here, because the fairies are very close to the animals as well as nature, of different spirit guides, and what sort of their energy is all about and what they can help you with. So I kind of randomly pick cards. I trust that I will be guided to pick the right cards that they need to see. So I've put some in there. I've got a whole bunch of those, and I try to include those. Even if it's not fairy related, I still try to include the animal spirit ones. There's another little envelope here that's tucked under this pin, this paper clip. There's another little note card. This is the picture of one of the fairy books you can get, Tales of the Grateful and Helpful Fairies. This is lots of fairy lore here. This is the other side of that paper clip, because I embellish the paper clips often as well. More blank pages. Then we've got a tuck page. So in here she's got a little envelope. I don't think there's a surprise in this one. No surprise, but another envelope that she can journal on. This is an oracle card that she will get. This is a bookmark, a fairy bookmark. A little postcard here so she can write on that. And then it's pretty on the other side. So there's a whole bunch of notes she could make there. So I'll put that back the way it was. Kind of like had the fairy poking out there, peeking out. That's the back side of this newsprint. More blank pages, because I try to give you lots of blank pages because it's your journal to be writing in, but I like to give you lots of surprises as well. So this is another kind of file page. There's tags here, there's a little envelope, and there's something in there. What's in there? Oh, there's cards. Oh, there's a bunch of herb cards in there. So there's herbal magic in there, listed in there. There's another oracle card here. There's another little envelope, another big tag, another oracle card in here as well. So lots of little things. And then we're at the end. And what we have here is fairy stories. So there's the begging fairy, the fairy baby, and the broken peel. And those are stories that are in that helpful fairy book as well. And then, because I didn't want, so this shows you how thick it is. It's ridiculously thick. I'm going to tie it up with a ribbon so that she can keep it closed as well. But what I didn't include that's going to be going with her are these two packets as well. So this is some spell worksheets that she'll have, and I sealed them both. And then this is some creative worksheets to help get the creation juices flowing for her. So those will come along with the fairy book that junk journal that she's ordered, but I can't put it in per se because it's already ridiculously full. So hopefully she'll find somewhere to put them within her book, like once they're all unpacked and stuff. So that's the fairy journal, junk journal right there. I had so much fun making it, and like I said, if you want a fairy journal as well, I can make you one. It won't look exactly like this one, of course. Some of the stuff I can repeat, but not all of it. And each journal is sort of unique to themselves. So let me know, comment below, or get a hold of me. I'll put my links as to where you can find me if you want to get a journal of your own. So these are cool. These are metal sort of corner pieces, and then I gilded it in gold on the edges there for her as well. All right, there we are. Thank you for being here for this flip through.